I welcome you all. Alhamdulillah, we have been started with Surah Al-Baqarah and we have covered the first 3 pages of Surah Al-Baqarah and we continue with the journey of Surah Al-Baqarah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد إن الخير حديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدث بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So, Alhamdulillah, I welcome you all. Some of you might be new who are watching this, who had joined us last time. For you all, inshallah, we do plan to have a separate session from the beginning. But for the people who have been following this course, we are on the second book of the course, Understand Quran and Salah the Easy Way. And inshallah, we have been covered the first 3 pages and the fourth page as well. Today, we'll be taking the last ayat of the fourth page. Bismillahi walhamdulillahi wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulullah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum. Had shared the books instead of the Google quiz. I hope you all have seen the notes and gone through it. So the class of today will be easy. This is all we have been, these slides we've been seeing and all our second course things where we have divided the course into the first 5 pages of Surah Al-Baqarah, of which we have reached the fourth page. And these 5 pages are represented by the 5 fingers of our hands so that we can have it easy for easy remembrance. So both hands would make it 10 pages, which is nisf para, half para, and 5 would be 1/4 of that. So for easy remembrance, for people who want to do hifz, it is easier. And to remember the points on each page and their way they are arranged on the page, they are divided into 3 to 4, mostly 4 parts. And this is all we have seen, starting with Alhamdulillah, so that praise of Allah, dua for guidance, part of Alhamdulillah. Then guidance for the Muttaqin is where Surah Al-Baqarah starts, and attributes of the Muttaqin. When we turn the page over, the second and the third page, which are together, is these 2 fingers, of which no guidance for the kafirun, no guidance for the munafiqun, corrupt and the fools, the double-faced. Third page is on this side, will have the example of the fire, example of the rain, the Quran's and the Quran's challenge. These are the past 3 pages that we have seen. In short, if we see, just to remember, praise, dua, guidance, attributes, kafirin, munafiqin, corrupt and double-faced, fire, rain, call, and the challenge of the Quran. With that, we come to the fourth page, which will be this finger, along with the 5th page here. So we start with the top part, warning and the good news, which was given after the challenge that Allah Ta'ala gave. Second, Allah Ta'ala gave the example of the mosquito, which we have seen in great details. And last time we have taken just one single ayah about who are the people who go astray. And today's is a very interesting 2 ayats today, where Allah Ta'ala is questioning us, how can we disbelieve? This is the 4th part of the page and the last part of the page. The 5th page will start with the story of Ibrahim, Adam alayhi salam, and how Allah Ta'ala created Adam. Right? So today we are on the 4th part, this part. So if we have the remembrance of the pages, page number 1, 2, 3 are here, and 4, 5 are here. So we are on the first part of the 4th page, the last last 2 ayats of that, inshallah. Right? So it was warning and good news. Example of the mosquito who goes astray and disbelieve. So if you want to just remember it in short, a warning that a mosquito is going astray. So will you go astray like the mosquito? Disbelievers. And how can you disbelieve after seeing all these signs of Allah? Right? So it's just a short way to remember. All these are aids to memory, so that would help you to sort of memorize this in an easier way. Okay. So So these are the ayats that we are going to take. So linking it with the previous ayat, just a brief overview of what we have seen before. We saw that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala challenged the disbelievers on bringing a surah like this. Immediately after that, Allah Ta'ala is giving glad tidings to the believers. And then comes the example of the mosquito, where Allah Ta'ala is giving the example of the small mosquito, which we have seen the details. If somebody has not seen it, they can go back 2 videos of ours and see how Allah Ta'ala is giving the example of the mosquito and what all factors are there in the mosquito. That's like a challenge of Allah Ta'ala is like a slap on the face. Allah Ta'ala is first say, as challenging and to produce a surah like of the Quran. Then Allah Ta'ala is sort of challenging and saying that you are not even able to make a mosquito. Just go and see how I have created the mosquito. This is like a slap on the face. If you see the continuity of the ayahs, it is not that it is just coming up suddenly. It is after the challenge that Allah Ta'ala is giving the example of the mosquito. And then Allah Ta'ala in the next ayah was saying that there are some people who are still going to disbelieve and they are the ones who are the losers. With this background, we come to today's ayah. And the lesson that we're going to learn is in today's ayat is that Allah Ta'ala is questioning us. So we cannot deny Allah because our life, our death, and our resurrection is in Allah's hands. We have to go back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And all the provisions to have a comfortable life are given by Allah Ta'ala. He knows everything, included our thoughts and actions as well. So we'll see each of this as we go ahead. To see how easy it is, we have just about 3 new words in the second line, and 2 in the third one, and 3 in the fourth line. So just these 2-3 words that we have to inshallah see, but most of the words have gone before, and that will be easy for us inshallah. So we know that we are taking word for word and phrase for phrase. 2-3 words make a phrase, and we'll see how those phrases are for people who are just joining us new. Right, so coming to today's first ayah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم كيف تكفرون بالله وكنتم أمواتا فأحياكم ثم يميتكم ثم يحييكم ثم إليه ترجعون. I'll take the second ayah as it comes, but here we have to see the words. Kaifa means how. Very common Arabic. It is a kaifa haluk. How are you? Kaif is how. How is your condition? Kaifa haluk. Allah Ta'ala is questioning here. How is it possible? Kaifa, how is it possible? What is possible? Takfuruna, that you are disbelieving in Allah. Kaifa takfuruna billah. How is it that you are disbelieving in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? So just imagine whenever we are listening to these ayah and the question coming directly from Allah Ta'ala and questionings about something. So it has such a huge impact. The thing is that we should have iman that this has come from Allah. So Allah Ta'ala is questioning us, كَيْفَ تَكْفُرُونَ? How can you disbelieve billah, in Allah? Kuntum, kana, we have seen the gardan of kana. Kunta, kuntum, you all. Wa kuntum, you all. Amwatan. Amwatan means you were already dead. You were lifeless. You didn't have any form. You were not existent. فَأَحْيَاكُمْ. Then He gave you life. Then He brought you to life. So Allah Ta'ala is asking, how is it possible and how is it okay with you that you are disbelieving in Allah? He is the one who made you something from you being nothing. So you were nothing, you were lifeless, you were dead. Ahyakum, He gave you life out of the deadliness of what you were. Then Allah Ta'ala is reminding us, Thumma yumitukum. Thumma means then. Yumitukum, then He will make you die. So another very important thing here is that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is the one who gives life and who takes life. Even in this pandemic situation with COVID around, there are still millions and millions who are still living. So Allah Ta'ala has decided who are the ones who are going to die in this and who are the ones who are going to living in this. So our belief in the life and death from Allah should get stronger with these ayah. So Allah Ta'ala is again questioning, and it is the best reminder for anybody is death. Only with deaths, people realize that there are some things which are not in our hands. And we know that there are so many medications and things, but some work for some people and it doesn't work for other people. Right? We still don't have any cure for this. Allah Ta'ala here again has shown how omnipotent and how powerful He is. Also, the fact that everybody is not going to die in this. Right? So Allah Ta'ala is the one who is making us live, or who has given us life and has decided a time for it. And Allah Ta'ala is the one who is going to make us die. So Yumitukum is to cause death to somebody else, right? The grammatical form we don't not taking that now, but this is what it means. Thumma yuhyikum, then He will bring back you to life again. He will give you life again. Thumma, then will give you life again. Thumma ilayhi turja'un. And Allah Ta'ala is reminding us that then after our second resurrection, when we are going to be raised up back again, that is the time when we have to go back towards Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. It is like a reminder on what are we doing today? Are we remembering this day when we will be raised up again and we will have to go and return back to Allah? We have come from Allah and we have to go to Allah. And that is the reason when somebody dies, we say, Inna lillahi, indeed we are for Allah, wa inna ilayhi, and towards Him we are going to go raji'un. Same word, turja'un, because here Allah Ta'ala is talking to us in second person, grammatically, right? That's why the word turja'un is come. We'll take the analysis of the word inshallah later. It's a very powerful ayah, and if we analyze the previous ayat, Allah Ta'ala has given us the example of a mosquito and said that, oh, just go and see the example of the mosquito on how I've created a mosquito. And some of them are going to still disbelieve after seeing this example and a phenomenal example, and there are others who might be believing. And the people who are going to be disbelieving are the ones who are the losers, or the khasirun. And then Allah Ta'ala is posing this question. Like Allah Ta'ala has first given us an example of a mosquito, which is like a very non-specific, insignificant thing. And then Allah Ta'ala is reminding us that you also, like I've created a mosquito, you also I have created, and you are nothing and dead, and then I give you life, and then you will be caused to die, and again I am going to give you life, and after that second life, you are going to come back to me only, right? So this is how Allah Ta'ala is reminding us by giving an example of the mosquito and then saying who are the people who are not going to follow, and then Allah Ta'ala is reminding ourselves that what is it that Allah Ta'ala has done for us, right? So we know that we have been created from dust, we have been created from mud, like Adam alayhi salam was created from mud, right? So we were nothing before, like in Surah Insan also the same thing is repeated, that you don't remember that what were you before, just a drop which was considered as filth. So this is the ayah. So I would want somebody to just volunteer and sort of read it. Who would want to do it? Who's not done last time? Anybody wants to volunteer? So they can unmute their mic and then after Auzu and Bismillah, read it. Akhtar bhai, aap karenge?
जी इंशाल्लाह. अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. كيف تكفرون بالله وكنتم أمواتا فأحياكم ثم يميتكم ثم يحييكم ثم إليه ترجعون. كيف تكفرون بالله? How can you disbelieve in Allah? وَكُنْتُمْ, when you were أمواتا, lifeless. فَأَحْيَاكُمْ, then He brought you to life. يُمِيتُكُمْ, then He will die, then He will cause you to die. ثُمَّ يُحْيِيكُمْ, then He will bring you back to life. ثم إليه, then to him, ترجعون, you will be returned.
Right. MashaAllah. We have seen the Gardan of Raja'a, but here you see it is not tarja'un, it is turja'un. So this is the passive form that you will be returned, right? It is not an active voice, it is a passive voice, right? Now, when you're stopping at amwatan, you have to stop it like amwata,
Vata,
one.
yes.
Also, when you are when there is pa next to it, there will be an ikfa. So just to show you the font, and when you read the Quran in the Arabic font, you will find that these two are not just below each other. This is a little ahead of each other. Can you make out that?
Yes.
Two fathatain is above, not just below each other. This is in little ahead of it. Can you make out
Right,
that?
right.
Right.
Yes.
Now, what it indicates is in the lot of the Arabic Qurans do not have color coded tajweed, right? So what they have done is when there is going to be ikhfa, they put this fathatain a little in front of each other. Okay? That means that you have to do ikhfa. So if you don't remember the rules, you just see how it is placed, and then you can do that ikhfa. Right? So when you're going to do ikhfa, the sound is going to be amwatan fa'ahyakum. Right? So I'll show you another situation where they are just above each other, and that is the time we can say tan. That is when 6 alphabets come. All that is in tajweed. So inshallah, I would suggest that everybody tries to improve their tajweed. We are not having a tajweed course, but it is important that we recite the Quran properly. Okay. Another thing that we have already done the verb mata yamutu, right? But here we have translated this as then he will cause you to die. Okay. And ahyakum, he will bring you to life. Right. So this is an action which is done on somebody else. So this is a different kind of verb, mazid fi verb, which we have not done till now. So for now, we'll just skip it. But you have to remember that why we're translating it this way is because of the pesh on the ya. Okay. Till now, we have learned for ala yaf'alu. We have not learned af'ala yuf'ilu. Okay. So that indicates that the action is done on somebody else. Inshallah, all that is there in the further course. Inshallah, we'll take it at that time. So with this, we will go to our next ayah. So for ahyakum, he brought you to life. Thumma yumitukum, he will cause you to die. Again here, there are, sorry, the next word. Thumma yuhyikum, then he will bring back you to life. So this ha and ya, we have to see to it that this is two harkat. We shouldn't say yuhyikum. Yuhyikum, yuhyi, it should be two harkat. Then the pronunciation will be right, right? This is little important, but sometimes it can be missed, and also it can be missed when you're reading fast. It shouldn't be yuhyikum, it should be yuhyikum. Like we say, not iyaka na'budu, iyaka, iyaka. So that it should be two harkat of pronunciation. Okay. So, summa ilayhi turja'un. So we were all dust, and we are all created from dust. What we eat comes from dust. The plants that Allah grows is from dust. And that's why Allah Ta'ala is saying that you were all lifeless and dead completely, and we brought you to life. Only Allah knows when and how we are going to die, and we cannot deny Allah because our life and our death and our resurrection is in hands. So Allah Ta'ala is giving us this example that you were dead, I gave you life, and then you're going to be resurrected again. In spite of all this, how is it possible that you can disbelieve? How is it possible? Right? To ask anybody, whether he's an atheist, whether he's a non-Muslim or whatever he is, death is a haqq, death is certain. And however we may have advanced, we have not been able to conquer death. So it reminds me of the ayat of Surah Al-Waqi'ah when Allah Ta'ala is saying that you are closer to them. We are closer to the person who is dying than you. If you are denying this deen, then give him back his life. Again, there's a phenomenal challenge that Allah Ta'ala has given there. Even today, we see that in ICUs, there are doctors all around the patients, and there are still patients who die, and we have no answer for that. Right? So that is Allah Ta'ala has destined death for somebody. Nobody can change it. And that is something which Allah Ta'ala has kept in his hands. So we have to go back to him. Therefore, we cannot afford to be careless. We have to be alert. We have to be responsible for what we are doing, and the whole responsibility of each nafs, of each individual, is going to lie with him only. Okay? So we have taken this ayat also. So what is the translation of kayfa takfurun? You all disbelieve. How can you disbelieve? You all will disbelieve and they disbelieve. So put the answers in the chat boxes so I know that all are awake. I'm waiting for the answers in the chat boxes. Open the chat boxes and put the alphabet A, B, C, D. What you think is the answer? Yes, mashallah. Very good. So, mashallah, all are awake. Right. So how can you disbelieve? So again, try using the word kaifa in your daily language so that this kaifa will fit in your brains well. And a very commonly used Arabic word is kaifa haluk. So you can just ask somebody, we say kaise ho, halat kaisi hai. So we try to converse that in Arabic, kaifa haluk. How are you doing? Okay. For ahyakum, for ahyakum, he brought you to life. Then he brings you to life. Then he brought you to life. He will bring you all to life. For ahyakum, so ahya is in past tense. Put your answers. A little confusing, but I think you should be able to answer this. Put your answers in the chat boxes. He brought you to life. Then he brings you to life. Then he brought you to life. He will bring you all to life. Then he brought you to life. That's right. So turja'un. Turja'un, you will return. They will be returned. You all will return. You all will be returned. There's only one answer. So what is the answer? Turja'un, we have already translated it. You will return. You will be returned. You will return. You all will be returned. Put your answers in the chat boxes. I'm waiting. Okay. You all will be returned. So that's the right answer that you have given. Allah knows what. Select more than one. When we will die, how many years we will live, how we die, where we will die. So this is, I think, simple. It is all of it that Allah only knows all of this. Okay. We cannot deny Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because dash are in his hands. Select more than one. Our life is in his hands. Our resurrection is in his hands. Our death is in his hands. Our destiny is in his hands. Right? So we have to select more than one, and we know that it is all of this that is in Allah's hands. Okay. Right. So this we come to the next ayah or the second ayah for the day. And the most of the words are already known to you. Some of them are not. We'll see which ones are not. Huwa means which we know that huwa is he. Alladhi is for singular. Huwa alladhi, he is the one who. So we can put one because it is alladhi, right? But they have not written one, but huwa alladhi, he is the one who. Khalaqa, khalaqa, he created. So he is the one who created. Lakum, lakum. First I'll recite the ayah. I have not recited the ayah, sorry. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. هو الذي خلق لكم ما في الأرض جميعا ثم استوى إلى السماء فسواهن سبع سماوات وهو بكل شيء عليم. Okay. So huwa alladhi, he is the one who khalaqa, he created lakum, for you. So this lakum is the most beautiful part of it and important part of it. We have taken things for granted that everything is there on the earth and we are utilizing everything, but Allah Ta'ala is telling us and informing us he is the one who created us out of nothing. and he created everything for us. Lakum, it is for you all only that I have created all this. Again, this thing comes back again in Surah Al-Mulk also. The same point is reiterated. So, هو الذي خلق لكم ما في الأرض. ما في الأرض, whatever, fi in earth. Whatever is in the earth, or here you can translate it as on the earth, because everything grows on the earth, not within the earth. Jami'a. Jami'a is everything, all of it. All of it is uh, created for you all, right? So Allah Ta'ala is now telling us the favor that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has done on us by creating everything that is on the earth for us. Jami'a is everything. So the air, the nitrogen, the atmosphere around, the earth, the water of the earth, the atmosphere of the earth, the stratosphere of the earth, the sun, which is giving light to the earth, the plants that grow on the earth, the minerals that man is utilizing, the iron ore, the petrol, come what may, everything that is there on the earth, man is utilizing everything of it. Allah Ta'ala is telling us and informing us that He is the one who created everything on earth for you, right? And I've told this before, and He has created us for His ibadah, right? So another ayat we know that Allah Ta'ala is saying that I have created not the man and jinn, but for ibadah. So He has created everything on us, on the earth for us, and He has created us for His ibadah. Then Allah is telling us that after He created everything on the earth for us, then He directed or became level. Ila samai, then He elevated Himself to the level of the skies. Sawa means to become same. Istawa means to become same towards the heaven. Sawwahunna, then again He made them same. Sab'a samawat. Sab'a is 7. Samawat is the plural of sama. We already seen this plurals before. So Allah Ta'ala is then telling us that He created everything on earth for us. Then He directed Himself to the skies, and then He leveled or made them same. Sab'a samawat, 7 heavens. Okay. So after the creation of the earth and everything on earth, then Allah Ta'ala leveled the heavens. And Allah Ta'ala is then informing us, Wahuwa, and He, bikulli, with everything, shay'in, which is everything, each thing, alim, He is all knowing, right? So here Allah Ta'ala is telling He is the one who created everything for you, which whatever is there on the earth, jami'a, everything. Then He directed Himself, or He made level of Himself to the heavens, and then He made all the 7 heavens same. He gave them 4. Wahuwa, and He bikulli shay'in alim. He is over everything, all knowledge, all knowing. Alim. So here again, when we are pronouncing alim, we have to pronounce the ain properly, because we have seen alim, which is already gone. Falahum azabun alim, painful azab. So alim should, the ain should come properly, otherwise the meaning of it will change to painful. So just imagine if you are not reading it right, it would mean, and He over all things is painful. Na'uzu billah. And that all things can become painful for us if we say such wrong things. We should try and see that we pronounce it properly. We should take time out, stop there and think that what we are pronouncing is right or no. You might think that Hamza and Ain, it's not much different, but the Ain has to come right. Otherwise, the meanings could completely change. The way we are already used to saying Alim, Alim is completely wrong. So we have to say Alim, Alim with an Ain. Right? Right. So if that somebody would volunteer for this ayah, who wants to do it?
Sir?
Yes, go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Say Bismillah again.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
It is Bismillahi, Allahi, Bismillahir, not Bismillahir-Rahman. No, that is wrong. It is Bismillahir-Rahman. Yes, mashallah, right. What happens is, if you're used to something, it comes that way. So today you practice this properly, so that you say Bismillahir-Rahman properly. It is not Bismillahir-Rahman. Okay.
I will repeat again, sir.
Yes, yes.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن
Yes, yes. You
الرحيم.
can stop if you're getting confused. Stop there, then you'll be right. So the speed is not important. Being correct is important, right? So Allah Ta'ala told the Prophet also, don't move your tongue fast with the recitation of Quran. It is we who are going to make you recite properly, right? So we shouldn't go for speed. We should go for correctness, right? So if you're going to say it slowly, then you'll realize that this mistake you're making, and inshallah you'll make it right. And ain of au is not also not coming properly. Just try to practice that also. It should be a a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Okay, inshallah, no problem. Go ahead.
هو الذي خلق لكم ما في الأرض جميعا ثم استوى إلى السماء فسواهن سبع سماوات وهو بكل شيء عليم.
MashaAllah. This alim came properly. Alhamdulillah. I'm happy about that. Okay, go ahead with the
هو
meaning.
الذي, it is he who خلق لكم, created for you, ما في الأرض, that which is on earth, Jamia, all of it. Summa stawa, then he directed himself, ila, to, ila samai, to the heaven, fasawahunna, and made them, sab'a samawat, 7 heavens, wahuwa, and he is, bikulli shayin, of all things, alim, all-knowing.
MashaAllah. Good. So I was telling you, I'll show you the example of a normal izhar. So this is called izhar. I'll just mark it out. So here the both are just below each other. Okay, you can see this line. They are below each other exactly. There it was one here and one in front. So that's why we had to do ikfa there. Here we'll say shay'in, right? So we'll pronounce it completely, and this is called izhar, where we are the tanween is pronounced completely. Okay, so this is how it is written. Again, wherever there is a shadda or a meme, like here, and there is a idgham of meme, here you have to have 2 counts. Okay, and in sum also 2 counts, and noon shadda also 2 counts. Okay, so again it will be lakum mafi, no, it will be خلق لكم ما في الأرض جميعا, not ثم استوى إلى السماء فسواهن, not سواهن 7 سماوات وهو بكل شيء عليم. شيء will be izhar, not shay'in. That will be for shay'in qadir, will be like that. But for shay'in alim, it will be shay'in alim. When it comes shay'in qadir, it will be shay'in qadir, because qaf is not from the halaq. Okay, so this is just a little tajweed practice for you all. Okay, so here after the first ayah, Allah Ta'ala is saying that everything on earth Allah Ta'ala has made for us, and he then fashioned all the 7 heavens, and he over everything is all knowing. So what does he know? He knows what is in our hearts. What are we? Are we doing the right things or wrong things? Are we doing shukr or are we doing kufr? So that is the reason we have to be careful of ourselves, right? So here the word sawahunna, made for them and made them or made leveled them. Sab'a is 7, samawat is heavens, bikulli shay'in, all things, right? So it is Allah's mercy and Allah's love and care that he gave us all the provisions to have a comfortable life. He created everything for us. For example, if apples and oranges were of millimeters in size, we couldn't have eaten them, right? So everything is perfected for us. And that is why Allah Ta'ala had begun this part of the Quran by saying, Ya ayyuhan nasu ubudu rabbakum alladhi khalaqakum walladhina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun allazi ja'ala lakum al-arda firashan was-samaa'a binaa'a wa anzala minas samaa'i ma'an fa akhraja bihi minas thamarati rizqan lakum فلا تجعلوا لله أندادا وأنتم تعلمون. Then comes the challenge. So there Allah Ta'ala has enumerated what all He has given us on this earth of the fruits and other things. And here Allah Ta'ala is reminding us of the same thing. So this part started with that, and now it is ending with this, and ending with the knowledge that Allah Ta'ala has knowledge over everything, and Allah Ta'ala knows what you're doing on this earth, which means that on this earth you are enjoying all the provisions that Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has given you. But are you thanking Him for that? Are you showing appreciation of that? So Shakir is a kind of appreciation. We are appreciating that, oh, Allah has given us all this. But unfortunately, we have taken everything for granted. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from our also is a ni'mah from Allah if we are able to thank Allah for the bounties that He has given us. So Allah Ta'ala created a huge sky with billions and billions of stars in it, and put plus 6 more skies above it. So we have discussed this before, that the maximum that we see is the first level of this first sky, right? So in Surah Mulk, Allah Ta'ala says, وَلَقَدْ زَيَّنَا السَّمَاءَ الدُّنْيَا, the earthly sky we have adorned with stars and galaxies and all the names that you will know is just the first sky, right? So we have 7 above it, and our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was the chosen one to travel all these skies and go up to the Sidratul Muntaha. So he knows the status, the details, and the thoughts of every creature. So this should create a feeling of wonder, fear, and amazement about Allah in our hearts. So Allah created everything for us, and this should help us to love Him. We just need to love Allah for whatever He has given us. But unfortunately, our attitudes have become of complaining. We complain to Allah for small things, and for whatever is not going right, right? So a lot of things Allah Ta'ala has already decided. So if we are, I say in today's times, if we are living and kicking and we are enjoying our life, that is a huge ni'mah. We are seeing death all around us with the pandemic also. And Allah Ta'ala has kept us alive. He has kept us alive for a purpose. Are we achieving that purpose? Is a question that we have to ask ourselves. Coming back, so translate for sawwahunna. Sawwahunna. So what is sawwahunna? I said it leveled or made them. So, and He made them, and He makes them, and He made them, and He will make them. What is it? He made them, He makes them, He made them, and He will make them. What is it out of all these? Put it in the chat box. Till then, we had samawat has an a ta at the end, indicating that it's a feminine, and that is why Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has used the hunna here. So we in our course have not taken the feminine form very actively because it is not very commonly done, but hunna indicates feminine. Okay, so for sawwa hunna, He leveled them. So your them is hunna instead of hum. Okay, so this is the feminine form. So just remember that this is the feminine form, which in the gardan, in the conjugation, we have not taken the feminine form, but occasionally it will come. But that hunna is, remember that it is a feminine form, right? So when a lot of ladies are there together, they just keep chattering and talking to them. So it is like hunna, and that's why the gunna has to be done hunna, and hunna is feminine. Just a link for you all to remember. Sawwa hunna is feminine. Right, so I've got a few answers. Let me just check on what is the most common answers. So the most common answer that has come is a C. Okay, and He made them. That's right. So most of you all are right. Alhamdulillah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Al-Islam.
I would like to, it's fasawahunna, but usually we translate wa as for end, but here there is no wa. How?
Right. So actually, it could be then. Actually, then it will actually, the actual translation will be then. So you are right in that. For is thus then. But here it is the sense that is and then He made them. So no, it should be then. You're right. Allah created us for what? Select more than one. He created for us the earth, comfortable life, the heavens, all the provisions we need. So what all did Allah Ta'ala create for us? He created the earth, a comfortable life, all the provisions that we need, and the heavens. Right? So all of it, heavens also we are utilizing the heavens. We are going to the skies, and the oxygen that we are taking and the ozone layer that is protecting us from the harmful rays of the outer universe and the solar system, the rays which are beneficial for us only are coming. So even the heavens, within the skies, there are filters for us which we are utilizing without even knowing them. Right? So coming back to the full ayah with a complete translation, how can you disbelieve in Allah when you were dead, that is lifeless, and He gave you life? Then He will cause you to die again. Then again He will bring you back to life, and then to Him you will be returned. So this is the passive voice. He is the one who created for you all that is in the earth. Moreover, He turned to the heavens and fashioned them 7 heavens, and He is the all-knower of everything. So here, see here, now they put it moreover, right? There's moreover is not a word that is used here. Summa, they have it moreover. He turned to the heavens and fashioned them. So then He fashioned them, so that for is can be used in that sense. Okay, so this is the thing that we're taking. So what are we going to do, and how are we going to act on these ayat? So we make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us ponder over His creation, and that would increase us in our faith, fill our hearts with His greatness, and help us to stay away from sins. Today, most of the people are engrossed in sins even without realizing that how much they are sinning. And being thankless is again one of the sins which we don't even realize that we are thankless. And that's why they say that if there is nothing, you just do istighfar, istighfar, istighfar. People feel I have not done anything wrong, for what should I do istighfar? It is for the thanklessness that we are showing that we should do istighfar. And again, we know that if we start counting the bounties that Allah has given us, we will not be able to do. Okay, so coming to the asma, asma are the nouns that we have, and we'll see the plurals of that. Mayyit, we know already mayyit is a dead body, and the plural of that is amwata, because it is a lot of people who are dead and then they were given life. Arth, we have already seen the plural of arth is aradi. Sama is samawat, we already know that. Shay'un, ashya. So these are the plurals. Ashya'a is the plural of shay'un. Now we will see the verbs which are on the sound verbs with all the 3 alphabets sound. This we have seen a lot of times. Bab nasara is kafara, kafara, yakfuru, ukfur, kafir, maghfur, kufr. Now the other word that had come was raja'a, turja'un. Turja'un was passive form of the verb. Okay, so it belongs to the bab daraba, yadribu. So raja'a, yarji'u, raja'a, yarji'u, irji. Irji is order, return. Raji, the one who returns. That's why raji'un. In inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, the plural of raji is used. So plural of raji is waw nun, raji'un. Marju' can come, but they have to put a dash. Ruju, returning. Right? So that's the verbal noun. Ruju. Khalaqa is on bab nasara. So khalaqa, yakhluqu, ukhluq, khaliq, makhluq, khalq. Okay. So this are the verbs on the bab nasara, daraba, and nasara again. So as far as the weak alphabets are concerned, or weak letters, we have on the pattern of kana, yakunu. So kana, kana, kanu, kunta, kuntum. Kuntum, all of you, right? So all of you were. So that was the present tense. And kun, be. So we know that when Allah Ta'ala says kun, be, and it is. Ho jao, kun. That is the order. It is on the pattern of qala yaqulu. So qala becomes kul and kana becomes kun. Kain, the person who is doing. Makun can be there. They put a dash, and aunun, the being, or the formation of being something. Okay, that's the verbal noun. So translate he was. This is very simple. I think I don't wait for the chat box for this. It is kana. This is very simple. So ismul maf'ul of khalaqa is dash. Maf'ul, khalik, khalq, makhluq, and yakhluqu. Maf'ul is passive participle of khalaqa. So the pattern is already in front of you, so it's very easy. The answer is very simple, but I would just wait so that you keep the thinking caps on. Let the answers keep coming. Yes, most of you are right in this, and it was simple. Makhluq, makhluq. So the plural of asma is again simple. We have done it a lot of times. Samawat. Okay. So with this, we have finished the ayah. We will go to the grammar part of it. Okay. Inshallah, we will start with the grammar. Bismillahi, alhamdulillahi, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We'll have a full screenshot of this and then go ahead. Okay, so we have already done the revision of Bab Nasara, Bab Daraba, and Bab Fataha. So today we will be revising Bab Sami'a and all the verbs that are going to come in the Bab Sami'a in these first 5 pages. Wahaba and Wa'ada we already done. This is just revision of those words. So we have seen Fataha, open the Quran, Nasara, Daraba, Sami'a, Wahaba, Allah will bestow, Wa'ada, that is his promise. He has said, Qala, that he will give more, Zada. So make dua for Hada, for guidance, and have good opinion, Dhanna. Otherwise, you will go astray, Dalla. Okay, so this is the pattern on, as we see, 9,000 is of the sound and 9,000 is of the week, and doubled is 1,300. So about 2 in a page, and here we have 1 in a line, right? So that is just statistics. Okay. So today we'll be doing the Bab Sami'a and the verbs that are going to come in this Bab Sami'a in the first 5 pages, which means all the verbs covered in this course and which are on the Bab Sami'a, inshallah, we will be revising those. Okay, so we have Sami'a, and then we can make the full gardan of Sami'a. Sami'a, Sami'u, Sami'ta, Sami'tum, Sami'tu, Sami'na. Yasma'u, Yasma'una, Tasma'u, Tasma'una, Asma'u, Nasma'u. Isma, Isma'u. La Tasma, La Tasma. Sami, Masmu, and Sam. That is the whole conjugation. And the most common word, and we are doing it daily in our prayers. Sami'allahu liman hamidah. Right? Just for the grammatical analysis, we have Sami'a, singular past tense verb. Allah Ta'ala has already listened. We have seen this when we had taken the Salah in the course 1. Sami'a is past tense. Allah Ta'ala has already listened. Allahu, because Allah is listening, that's why Allah has come as Allahu. Liman, for the one who. Hamidah, Hamidahu, who has praised him. Hamida will also be in the Bab Sami'a only, so inshallah we'll take that also. Alima, again, very commonly used word. Alima ya'lamu and i'lam. Alima ya'lamu, i'lam. I'lam, no. Alim, the one who knows. Ma'lum, information. Ilm, the knowledge. Inni a'lamu ma la ta'lamun. That is going to come, inshallah. Indeed, I know a'lamu ma la ta'lamun. So here, this a'lamu is going to fall in the present tense. And i'lam. So if we write both together, I will just write that. So I'll take a little thicker pen. Okay. So if we write it, both words are going to be written like this only. Okay. So then, depending on the context, we will know what the Arab is going to be. I'll take a little different color so that this font gets highlighted. So here we have the same words and it will be pronounced as ilam, which is order, right? But if we see here, it is a'lamu, inni a'lamu. So inni i'lam is not possible because inni is first person and first person will not go to order in the first person itself. So that's why inni, even if the Arab are not there, they're going to read it as inni a'lamu, inni a'lamu. And i'lam is an order which is given to a second person. Okay, that's how we can differentiate. So if the same things, I'll use another color now. Maybe blue. So if I want to use first person, the mu. The green is the present tense first person. So ya'lamu, ya'lamuna, ta'lamu, ta'lamuna, a'lamu, na'lamu. Okay. So depending on the context, you will know whether it is being an order given or no. So that's why the Arabs, even without the Arab, are able to read it and understand it. Okay. So inshallah, if you all learn, you will also be reaching a level where you will be able to get that. Right. So alima, ya'lamu, i'lam, alim, ma'lum, ilm. Clear this so that we go to the next slide.
वॉइस का लेवल अप करो,
Voice नहीं आ रही?
जरा कम है.
Acha. I'll speak a little louder then. Then the next word is amila, means he did work. Amila ya'malu i'mal. Alim, amil, the one who works. Ma'mul, the work, the daily work. And amal, amalun. Okay? Wa amilu solihat comes from here. Amilu. So amila ya'malu i'mal. Amil, ma'mul, and amal. So this is the full gardan of amila. This we have done before already, but we are just taking the words which are coming in this first few pages. Hamida. Hamida is also on bab sami'a. Hamida, yahmadu, ihmad. Hamid, mahmud, hamd. Right? So alhamdulillah, so hamd, and hamida means he praised. Yahmadu, he is praising. Ihmad is the order to for somebody to praise. Right? From this, the name of the Prophet ﷺ also is come, Ahmad, and the Ahmad is the one who is most praised. Ahmadu, like Akbaru on the pattern of Akbaru. Okay? So Ahmadu. And Muhammad also is on the pattern of Hammada. But that is another form. Inshallah, when we take that form, we'll take that. Khasira. Khasira means lose, and the present tense is yakhsaru. Also, sami'a, khasira, yakhsaru, ikhsar. Khasir, makhsur is there. They put a dash. Khusr. So innal insana lafi khusr, loss. Insan is in loss. So these are the type numbers that it has come. 147 sami'a, 518 alima, and amila is 318. Hamida is 46 times, and khasira is 51 times. Another word with sami'a is shahida. He witnessed. He was a witness. Shahida, yashhadu, ishhad. Shahid, the one who is a witness. Mashhud, the thing that is witnessed. So mashhud word comes in Surah Al-Buruj. Shahidin wa mashhud. Shahada, to give with your witness. Shahada. Okay. So, and that is what we do when we have accepted Ashhadu alla ilaha illallah, that we bear witness that there is no God except Allah. Okay. And that is also the misak that we have taken. Right. So we have seen about that misak, which Allah Ta'ala is talking in the ayat which has gone back, that they do not break what Allah Ta'ala has joined after having taken a misak. Right? So the misak that we have taken from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala is after our complete understanding, when we have grown mature enough, and then we have taken the shahada and we are bearing witness to the fact that Allah is the only ilah. Right? Ahida is to take a promise. Ahida, he promised. Ya hadu. he is taking from is ihad, ihad, ahid, ma'hud, and ahdun. ينقضون عهد الله. So that they cut or break the ahad of Allah. Right? Ahad is the promise that you've taken, a strong promise that you've taken. Ahida, ya'hadu, ihad, ahid, ma'hud, and ahdun. So this is a little difficult to pronounce. I would suggest everybody to practice this ahida. It should not be ha, it should be coming from down. Ahida, 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 ya'hadu. The ain should be proper, it should not be a jerk, not ya'hadu, ya'hadu, ihad. Right? This is a little difficult, so just practice this a lot of times. Ahid, mahud, and ah. So that ah, what happens is it starts coming from the throat, but it has to come from down. Okay, so ya'malun. The root word is amila, ya'malu. Right? So first, most commonly it can be confused with alima. So that depends upon the position of the lam. I'll come back to that slide here. Here it is just the difference of the position of lam and mim. So whenever you are reading it, take care of this properly. Alima and amila, and most of the times it ends in ya'malun. So while you are remember it properly, whether it is ya'malun or ya'lamun, right? So they sound little similar, and it could get confusing for us when we are not Arabs. But once we know the meaning properly, inshallah, it will not be a point for confusion. But remember that just that lam and mim is different. But while you're pronouncing, when you're listening, you should know that whether it is ya'malun or ya'lamun. That you will be clear from the context of the ayah, inshallah. So this we have seen. Ya'malun, they do, they will do. Wa'amilu solihat, and they do good deeds. They do good. They did good deeds. They do good deeds. They did good deeds. They will do good deeds. Wa'amilu solihat. Amilu is past tense, plural. That is the thing. Good deeds are going to remain same. So it's past tense. So they did good deeds. Translate to Arabic, you all testify. You all testify. Right? So this is an order which is given to you all. Okay. Yashhaduna, tashhaduna, yashhadu, ashhadu. What is the answer? Tashhaduna. You all testify. It is not an order, sorry. It is you all testify. Second person. It is not order. Had it been order, it would have been ashhad, nashhadu. Okay. You all you all testify. Ashhadu. Sorry. Ashhadu is first person. It is not an order. It would have been yashhadu. Ishhad. It would have been ishhad, ishhadu if it is order. Okay, tashhadun because it is second person. So, mashallah, you have practiced 7 verbs that occur 1,205 times in the Quran. We have approximately 130 verbs that occur 2,400 times, and all of them are just on the Bab Sami'a. So we have revised all the verbs that come on the Bab Sami'a in these first 5 pages of the Quran of this course 2 that we are doing. Alhamdulillah. So this we have seen. Wahaba. Wahaba, yahabu, hab. Wahaba, he bestowed. Yahibu, he is bestowing. Hab, bestow. Wahib, also one of the names of Allah. Wahab comes from this root word only. Mawhub and Wahabun. Wahablana min ladunka rahmah. Wahablana, and bestow min ladunka, from you, rahmah. So on that pattern comes the word waqa'a. 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 Waqa'a means to occur, to happen. So the surah Waqi'ah comes from waqa'a. Waqa'a yaqa'u, on the pattern of wahaba. Qa is the order. Waqi, the thing that is happening, the occurrence, the one who is occurring. Mawqu, the thing that is going to occur. Wuqu. Okay, so the most common thing is the Surah Al-Waqi'ah is a waqa'atil waqi'ah. Waqa'a, waqa'at is the feminine form, Waqi'ah is the event. So when the event happens, when the happening happens, होने वाली चीज जब हो जाएगी. Wahaba lana. Wahaba we have seen is bestow, to give. Wahaba lana. Give us. You gave me. They gave us. And give us. What is it? What is the answer of this? Okay. So the answer is and give us. This wow is not the part of the wahaba. It is and hub. Hub is the order. Wahab. Wa is separate. Hub is separate. So you don't get confused on why it is like this. Wow is wow and hub is the order. Lana is for us. Okay. And give us. It will be not just give us and give us. Wahaba wow is the for the and give us. Right. So the root word is wahaba, but when we say wahab, wahab is and give us. Right. So when the past tense will be said, it will be wahaba. So that is why this is there, to avoid the I'll just write that down as well. So here we have wa, and ba, right? The same words with the change in Arab. I'll take a smaller thing and the same thing will do. Wa, ba is the verb with the same root letters that it is originally made up of. Okay, and now if we are, I'll change another color for it, maybe a little different, green. When it is wa, hub, this part is the order. Okay, wahab and bestow. Okay, so that is the difference. So that's why the Arab are very important. A small change in the Arab is enough to change the complete meaning of things, and that's why this question was put. Okay. So in the Quran, we have approximately 55 verbs that occur 652 times. Wa'ada is the other revision. 139 times wa'ada is come. Wa'ada ya'idu. Id. Wa'ada ya'idu id. It is the order that take a promise. Wa'id, the person who is taking a promise. Maw'ud, the thing that is promised. And wa'dun. Ala inna wa'dallahi haqq. Beware and know that Allah's promise is true. Whatever Allah Ta'ala has promised us is true. The Jannah He's promised us is true. Jahannam that He's promised us is also true. On that pattern, we have wajada. Wajada means he found. Wajada, yajidu, did. Wajid. A lot of people have put their names are Wajid. Wajid, mawjood. Cheez mawjood hai. It is present. Mawjood. Right? So that mawjood that is used commonly by us is coming from the root word wajada. Wajada, yajidu, jid, wajid, mawjood and wujud. The presence of something. Iska wujud hi nahi hai. Iska presence hi nahi hai. And nobody is finding it. Wujud nahi hai matlab it is not found. Right? So the same things are used, slightly different sense, but the root is same. And once you consider the meaning from those roots, it's going to be the same. Okay, so with this same, the word that has gone in the ayat, wasala. Wasala, yasilu, sil. Wasala is to join. Yasilu is the present tense. Sil is the order. Wasala, yasilu, sil. Wasil, the joiner. Mausul, the thing that is joined. Wusul, right? Joining. Right? وَيَقْطَعُونَ مَا أَمَرَ اللَّهُ بِهِ أَن يُوصَلْ. And they cut what Allah Ta'ala has ordered to be joined, that it should be joined. Okay. Walada. Walada, he or she, it should be, she gave birth. Yalidu, he is giving birth or he is making. Lid is the order. Walid, the one who gives birth. Maulud, the child. Biladah, so parenthood. Right? So these are the root forms from walada, and all these form are coming from the pattern of wa'ada, ya'idu, id. The same pattern follows. Right? There's another word. This has two weak words. Waqa. Waqa means he prevented. Waqa means he prevented. So here the root words are waw, qaf, and ya. So this ya without the dots is pronounced as alif maksura. Waqa, that's why it becomes waqa, waqa. And in the present tense, that alif maksura is becoming ya with two dots. So when these two dots are there with sukun, the sound will be e. So yaqi, waqa, yaqi. Okay, the pattern is wa'ada only, but because ya is again weak, that's why it is looking different. Okay, and that's why this dhamma is not there. In wa'ada ya'idu, wajada yajidu, wasala yasilu, walada yalidu, waqa yaqi. Now here it is because this is also weak. This second alphabet is also weak. First was wow. Wow is gone here. Right? Because of the wow. Pattern is wa'ada only. So because of two weaknesses, we are facing this issue for waqa. Waqa means prevents. Yaqi, qi is prevent. Right? So we have the commonest dua that we read. Waqina azaban nar. Waqi. This is actually a qaf and ya, but this ya is dropped with as just a kasra remaining. So like lid, it is qi with a sukun. Kaf zir ki ya sukun. But this is not written and the only key word remains here. Qi. Okay. So, and this is a very commonly used word in the dua that is most commonly read, also in Hajj. Waqina adhab an-nar. So the qi and only one alphabet is seen, but it is the order of the root word waqa, ya, waqa, yaqi, ki, waqin, preventer, mawqi, mawqiyun, the thing that is prevented, wiqayatun, prevention, al-wiqayatu khayrum min al-ilaj. The prevention is better than cure. So vaccination is better than disease. So everybody take the vaccines. Okay. The noun keys of wajada are. Noun keys we are looking at. So noun keys are active participle, passive participle, and the verbal noun. Wajid, mawjood, wujud. Okay. Wajid, mawjood, jid, no. Wajid, mawjood, wujud. Wajada, yajidu, jid is the verbs. We are looking for nouns. Wajada, yajidu, wujud. The answer is going to be wajid, mawjood, and wujud. Yes, the answers are coming in the chat boxes. Good. Right. Okay, so the three verb keys now. We are looking at verb keys. Wasala. Verb keys for wasala. Wasala yasilu sil. Wasil mausul wusul. Wasala yasilu wasil. Wasala yasilu mausul. So verbal keys are what? Past tense, present tense in order. So the answer then becomes simple. And they are already put in the chat boxes. Good. A is the answer. Wasala yasilu sil. The translation of wajadtum, wajada was the past tense, wajada yajidu, wajadtum. You all find, you all will find, you all found, he finds. This is past tense and this is second person. That is the answer. Right. Okay, you all found past because it is past tense. So mashallah, we have practiced 7 verbs that occur 350 times. And I think all this is now easy because there's no heavy stuff that we have taken. Only few things you have to remember. Waqa is waqa and yaqi and ki is the order. That is only the word which is slightly different. So, but it is such a commonly read dua that now whenever you are reciting the dua, you will know where the ki is come from. Waqina adhab an-nar, inshallah. Then we come to the spoken Arabic, and Qazi Sahab, you can join me and we can go ahead. Shahida we have seen is to witness. So now I'm asking hal shahidta. Now this, because of dal and ta coming from the same makhraj, the dal is not read, and with dal not being read, the qalqala of dal will also be not there. So the pronunciation will be hal shahidta, not shahidta. Hal shahidta. So what's the answer? Please answer.
Naam shahidtu.
Naam shahidtu. MashaAllah. Hal shahidtum.
Naam shahidna.
Right? So this, if I'm asking all of you all who are attending, hal shahidtum, all you all, or are you all witnessing? So yes, you all can answer, naam shahidna, we all are witnesses. And with this, the word commonly used by the TV anchors are mushahideen. So if you listen to any Arabic, they say mushahideen. So all the witnesses, all the people who are viewers, right? There. So the second person question will be, hal tashhadu, hal tashhadu.
Naam ashhadu.
MashaAllah. Hal tashhadun.
Naam nashhadu.
Right? All this now should be reflex to you. You should be able to answer even without seeing all this. So you can use these words in your daily language or daily speaking. So that will help you in internalizing those words, and you don't need to think about the meaning of those whenever it comes. So hal sami'tumul Quran. Hal sami'tum al Quran, but it cannot be a sukun. Two sukuns cannot come together. That's why we have put in a dhamma here. Okay. So the separate words would have been hal sami'tum, but since there is a sukun here also and a sukun here also, this sukun here is changed to a dhamma. Okay. So hal sami'tumul Quran. Naam sami'tumul Quran. Naam nasma'ul Quran. Naam sami'nal Quran. Naam asma'ul Quran. So remember, this is past tense. So the answer will be in past tense, and it will be in plural because plural is being addressed to. Then what is the answer? Yes, and I've got it right. So now we all become experts. Alhamdulillah. Naam sami'na al-Quran. This should come in your normal vocabulary, and you should be saying these words, speaking these words, so that whenever you're reading it, it is very easy. You don't need to do the gardan again and again all over. If you are speaking it, then you know whenever it comes. Hal antum hamidun. Hal antum, are you all hamidun, the praiseworthy, the one who is praised, hamidun. Naam ana hamidun. Naam nahnu hamidun. Naam hum hamidun. Naam antum hamidun. This is simple. Second person, plural we have to use. So naam nahnu hamidun. Right. So now we'll come to the word wa'ada ya'idu, and so the question and answers will follow accordingly. Third person first. Second person. First, second person. Hal wa'atta. Here again, the dal is not pronounced. It will go directly to the ta. Hal wa'atta.
Naam wa'adtu.
Right. Hal wa'attum.
Naam wa'adna.
MashaAllah. Hal ta'idu.
Naam aidu.
MashaAllah. Hal ta'iduna.
Naam na'idu.
MashaAllah. You can take it only one harkat. Na'idu becomes a little two harkat. Na'idu. Na'idu. It is one harkat only. Yeah. Id.
Na'idu.
Id.
Aidu.
Idu.
Na'idu.
Right. So this will be a little bit of tongue twister and a little difficult, but these weak verbs are different. So you have to practice it and get it in your brains the right way, so that these small differences are easy for you to pick up. And when you get these words in the Quran, it will be not difficult for you to find out that what is the root word of it. So we are going to see just id or idu. We should know that it is the root word is wa'ada ya'idu, and this is the order id. So that way. Okay. So hal ya'idullahul mu'minin. Has Allah promised the believers? Na'am wa'adallahul mu'minin. Na'am wa'adahumullahu. Na'am ya'iduhumullahu. Na'am ya'idullahul mu'minin. Simple, because it's the third person, everything is going to remain same. Just hal becomes na'am. Okay, simple answer. Now we have the word wajada. Hal wajadta.
Naam. Wajadtu.
Hal wajadtum.
Naam. Wajadna.
MashaAllah. Good kalkala. Hal tajidu.
Naam. Ajid.
Ajidu. Hal tajidun.
Naam. Najidu.
Jid.
Ajidu.
Jidu.
Najid.
Najidu. Right. So if you see the here wa'ada and wajada, it's all similar. We just have to try to get a feel of it when we are seeing this word. Alam yajid kum yatiman fa'awa. If you remember that, right? Right. Now we'll take the word wasala. Hal wasalta.
Naam. Wasaltu.
Hal wasaltum.
Naam. Wasalna.
Hal tasilu.
Naam. Asilu.
Hal tasiluna.
Naam. Nasilu.
MashaAllah. So I'm not translating it now. I hope everybody is understanding and I don't need to translate it any further. MashaAllah. So with this we have completed the grammar part of it for today. These are all the words that you need to practice. Ahadun, wahaba, waqa'a, wa'ada, wajada, wasala, walada, and waqa'a. Okay. Right. So with this we have completed our today's target of the grammar and the Quran to ayat. With this we have finished the 4th page. Now we just have the 5th page to complete this book. So I think like last time, we will just have questions circulated for the exam part. I didn't get answers of everybody and I have not corrected that also. So just 1 or 2 I got. So I will send that, but we'll keep it that so that we continue with the class the next Sunday and we'll not break for the exam because after the 5th one, we'll have an exam. So that will be the complete exam. But Alhamdulillah, we have for the second book revised a lot of times. So I think it should not be difficult. We have done much more revision than before, and this also revises the previous previous words that we have used in the course 1. So that would inshallah make it easy. So any doubts for today's class? So you can ask. Either everybody has understood everything or nothing. There are 2 possibilities. Any comments?
The word waqa'a
Yeah.
and waqa is similar in pronunciation.
Waqa.
One is ending with ain and
Yeah.
other is ya.
No, so that's if you're so if you're pronouncing properly, and now an Arab will pronounce it properly. Waqa. One is waqa, waqa, and one is waqa'a. Ain should be distinct. In waqa, it is alif maksura. So waqa and waqa'a. There is completely different words. That is why the pronunciation and tajweed is important, so that we do not make these mistakes. So as Ajmis, when we listen, we might feel both are same. But an Arab will not make a mistake in that. But of course, we have to pronounce those things the right way.
But in Faile Amal, there will be special emphasis on qay.
Yes, qay. And that's such a commonly read dua that inshallah, I think nobody will forget that. So we have just remembered that is waqa, ya, waqa, which is becoming yaqi, and the ya is dropped, and qi remains, and that ya is dropped, and only the qaf zair qi remains, right? That way. But yes, these little differences are important. So if you understand these differences, then it is easy. And if you understand the differences, the Arabic is like mathematics only. It is just that the pattern is followed. If you are understanding the patterns that are following, then it is inshallah very easy.
But sawwahunna means what exactly? Because
Right.
sawwa,
So,
khatta istawa is that same word, no?
No, sawa comes from same level.
Straight, no?
Yeah, so same, making it level.
Equator is also called khatta istawa.
Proportioning it properly. That is what is the meaning here. Sawa.
Equate, no?
Equate, yeah, that's right. Equate it properly.
Equator is also called stawa. Khatta istawa.
Okay. Urdu is not,
फसव्वाहुन्ना means what exactly?
means
अल्लाह
to
ताला
make it,
बहुत
to
बहुत
make
बार
it.
आया है कुरान शरीफ में फसव्वा.
So sawa is istawa alal arsh, means
अल्लाह
he
ताला ने
became,
मतलब exactly वो क्या उसका
मतलब वो level पे अल्लाह ताला पहुंच गया. मतलब istawa alal arsh, he became same as the arsh, means he sat on the arsh. So it became same. So here he became level with the skies, something like that. So we know that Allah's arsh lies on water, but it is not this water, right? So water is again a special blessing that Allah Ta'ala has given, and Allah Ta'ala's arsh also is on the water.
water.
Right. So our earth is so small. We know that how big Allah Ta'ala's arsh is. So that is out of this earth. It is not this earth or this water that we see that the Allah Ta'ala's arsh is on. Okay. A lot of people have this confusion when it is said that Allah Ta'ala's arsh is on water. A lot of people feel that it is in the sea. So it is not this sea. It is water somewhere else, which we don't know how that form is and how it is. Of that, Allah Ta'ala has given a blessing of water to the earth. She did not give to any other planet.
Even the earth's levels are 7, no? They say.
Yes, earth levels are also 7. So that is there is an ayah regarding that mislahunna, that there are 7 levels of the earth like that of the sky. Some people equate it to the layers of the earth. Allahu alam, Allah knows best what is meant with that. Right. So any other questions?
Astawa is also equal, na?
Yeah, that's what it is. It became equal. So the common usage of Arabic, sawa means same, and we have already gone sawaun alayhim anzartum am lam tunzirhum la yu'minun. So it is same for them whether you warn them or you don't warn them. Right. So here sawa means Allah Ta'ala became level. So here the meaning is slightly different because it is coming on if ta'ala pattern. Here it is istawa. Okay. So
Just like in Surah, La yastawi ashabun nar ashabul
correct. So
jannah.
same. It is not same. So that pattern is if ta'ala pattern, which inshallah we'll study. But it doesn't mean the same, exactly same. It means that he became level with, or here it will mean he is fashioned that. Fasawwahunna means what fashion. Root words are the same, but these are derived words from that root word.
La yastawi.
La yastawi. Ashabun nari wa ashabul jannah. Ashabul jannah hum. Fine. So any
First
other?
word in this ayat we have learned.
Yeah. Kaifa.
Antum watha kaifa takurna. Antum amwat. तो वो पैदाइश से मुतालिक है ना.
So before our creation, what were we?
Born,
So उसके पहले
the,
in the wombs of our mothers, or before that, what were we? हमारी कुछ हैसियत नहीं थी, right? So before that we were nothing. So जैसे सूरह इंसान में अल्लाह ताला फरमा रहे हैं कि what were you before we created you? So after that I would say a humble or a non-existing state, Allah Ta'ala has given us an existing state. And there is a difference between life and a dead person, right? So person who's not yet born, he is still like dead, right? So of course we know that the womb, the baby is created, but before that it is nothing. It is something which we just wash off. It's something which is not having life in that sense. In the sense, it is not an entity by itself. And Allah Ta'ala made us an entity. That's why Allah Ta'ala is reminding us of where have you come from? What is something that is a fluid which is washed off. And from there I created you, and now you have become whatever you are, and now you are wanting to deny or wanting to do kufr. How is it possible? So here again, Allah Ta'ala is reminding us of that humble way that we have been created from. And in Surah Al-Najm also Allah Ta'ala says that Allah Ta'ala knows you from when you were within the wombs of your mother. So don't فَلَا تُزَكُّوا أَنفُسَكُمْ. Don't think that you are very good and very, very pure. Allah Ta'ala knows what you were. فَلَا تُزَكُّوا أَنفُسَكُمْ هُوَ أَعْلَمُ بِمَنِ. He knows who has taqwa and who doesn't have taqwa, right? So if there are no questions, then we can conclude for today. The WhatsApp groups have kept on. There are some extra messages coming, but not kept it closed. But I don't see any questions coming there. So Also for the people who are wanting to join new, how can we go about? We thought that you can sort of take care of them. So how do you organize them? Because a lot of people who had joined here this course also before, I think they were finding it difficult to cope up with, and then they have sort of left. So if we start afresh, I think there will be a lot of people who would want to join, and I think we can keep it maybe twice a week or something. Qazi Sahab, you were saying we can do something for that.
उसके लिए नया ग्रुप बनाना पड़ेगा.
Yeah, so I think we'll work on that. Maybe this week we'll try and organize that and then put it in the group. Inshallah.
इसी ग्रुप में से कुछ लोग they'll be feeling shy, no? तो नए
No,
ग्रुप
no,
में आ
no, no.
जाएंगे.
That's what. So we will start. That will start from basic, no?
Everybody should be interested.
Yeah, no. That will start from
If I
basic. So
say-
even if book 1 is covered in that, which is alhamdulillah enough for a person to pray properly. See, the whole point of starting this course was there are a lot of people who are not even praying properly. So at least that first course would make somebody pray properly with basic requirements and understanding of what is being read. So that is the whole purpose. That's why the first book is understand Quran and Salah. So at least the Salah becomes okay technically. Right. Okay. So this inshallah we can stop then. Subhanallahi wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta.